Hi everyone, here we are on a Sunday evening. Thought we'd do a quick Jackman thoughts of the week, to call it, a bit of a sporadic one. I've taken over because we all know I like to talk.
Yeah, so I just wanted to have a quick chat. I'm going to get more in the habit of just putting more stuff out more frequently because I've been, procrastinating, as you would put it, not doing enough. Well,
Leon does not procrastinate. He reminds me of my dad. He's a grafter and a worker. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in life, so caught up in work, so caught up in everything. Then by the time you sit down, you're tired, you think, oh no, what am I going to talk about? And then you feel like what you're going to talk about isn't worth talking about, but actually it is. So I think
sometimes it's more overthinking.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of good things that happen.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff. There's so many different affairs and things that happen. Like even today, I know this is not like an important thing, but obviously we've gone to a great event today, which is sometimes it puts things in perspective. You're feeling down, or things ain't going on in your life the way you want it to, or you as humans, we always want to achieve more and we want more out of this and more out of that. And we've gone to an event where there are so many, selfless people out there who are doing good things for other people, not for their own gain. So we've gone to an awards called Make a Difference Awards, which is done locally in every region. So this was obviously based for like Derbyshire, and there was different categories, and whether that be like volunteer work or young heroes, and there's just so many people out there who just do things for good causes and got good hearts. So and that's why I'm going back to this point. So I was speaking to someone and they was mentioning they wanted to get the haircut like the final boss. And then Jodie has never even heard of the final boss.
What final boss?
No, we mentioned today about, someone wants to get the final boss haircut. And he was like, who's that?
I don't know.
No, but that's...
What are you going to tell me?
No, but that's the point. In terms of there's so many different things that people sometimes want to talk about and stuff. Like that person's like a viral sensation. You've never even heard about it.
No.
Like you heard about that. There's people, whether that be there's wars and blah blah. There's things. My team, Man United, lost there. There's things that people want to talk about sometimes, and then you get to a point thinking, "Oh, someone else spoke about it. I can't be bothered." But then, like you said, you're busy. There's work. There's this and that, and you feel like what you've got to say has no relevance, or what's the point, or blah blah blah. And that isn't always the case. Like
I think. And I don't know if anybody else feels like this, share, talk, but I feel like Leon's had this idea for this show.
I wanted to do this because for many reasons, whether that to give someone an insight in terms of the autism journey, to give someone sometimes an insight into, like you said, sometimes
mental health journey.
People will see a glimpse of someone's life on social media. And like you referred to just now, it's not all... Like you see someone that my life is good because of the people that I have in my life.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't aspire to have more in my life to make the people that I have in my life more happy. Whether that be via, and we all know it's not about materialistic things or whatever, but the financial gains and benefits that life can bring and provide it's not even for me. It's for you lot. It's for Jaden. It's for my mum. Do you see what I mean? So when you're seeing, or when people are seeing, oh, Leon looks like he's having a whatever. No, I'm enjoying the time now. Of course I am.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I don't drive home sometimes stressed because I'm thinking about the bonus that I need to make for work to make sure that you are fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not always, bells and whistles. It's sometimes it is doom and gloom in terms of people's thoughts and their process, and it's not always just what you see that capture that image.
And I think that is
in terms of like, so what eventually we're going to do is that obviously we will have like different kind of segments which will be able to address things to maybe help or maybe let people see things from a different, it's almost like to let people know that they're not alone in those thoughts, in those kind of those problem areas that they might feel that they're facing. So whether that be like we are going to start talking about, like I said, the journey to autism, because a lot of the times it's easy to circle back around to social media every single time. It's so easy to do that. But
I'm not trying to, I love social media. I think it's fantastic. I think that we are all connected, but also I think if you are not in a great place, it can make you feel absolutely rubbish. And I have been there like so many times. So, you know, I don't care if it's somebody that I know, if it's somebody that I don't know. If you are having a bad day, you message me and I will message you back. Might not be straight away because I might be at work, but I will, because I think that's important. You know, we are here all together for a reason, and we have to look out for each other, and that's that. That's the end of it. So,
but like I said, it's one of these things where going today and seeing, you know, the journeys of what beautiful. some people go through, whether that be like, you know, cleaning gravestones, or, you know, running 12 charities for, you know, a intensive care unit, walking because he's lost his partner to Alzheimer's, and then so he just walks like, and this guy is walking on crutches. He can barely walk himself, and he's doing, you know, hundreds of miles to raise money. You've got people who are fighting drug addictions. You've got volunteers who do stuff in their local parks. You've got, it's just, the list was endless of what people are doing, to whether that be a community work or, you know, just individually for a charity. And it's just like those selfless acts just sometimes make me realize, like, there's so much to be grateful for in your own lives.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it gets a bit lost when you are sometimes striving for that. Listen, I want you not to have everything. Yeah. But at the same time, you're sitting in there playing a computer. Yeah. You can play any game you want, any console you want right now. But then there's people out there who haven't got a console, who haven't got a place to stay, haven't got somewhere to sleep. Yeah. Who have lost someone, who could wish that they can play a game with someone. We could be moaning today about what we're going to wear to go somewhere, and then there's people. Do you see what I mean? So we get lost sometimes, and so it just brings it back, and you just think, actually, you know what? I am quite grateful for everything that I have.
No, I am somebody that is grateful, and you are, not suggesting that you're not. I have had a really difficult childhood. My mum, I lost my mum to addiction. I had to get custody of my sister at 17. Life was hard. I've been homeless. I've been in situations that were just awful. But every step of my life, and I look back and I know that it was for a reason. And now I'm in this warm home. It's not a mansion, but it's ours that we have worked hard for, that we are lucky to have. And, you know, we've got great neighbours. It's quiet. It's in a nice area. There's food in the cupboard. Like, we are so lucky. And to me, that's all that matters. Like, I don't care about a brand or anything. I just care that my son is happy. Yeah. My husband's happy, and that we balance each other out as a family to be happy. And I think if we as a family can be there for other people, or share our journey with other people, so that other people don't feel alone, and we realise that we're all sort of part of each other's journeys, that helps us all in the long run. Sharing is caring.
But then also, don't be scared to, in life, there will be setbacks, right? And then sometimes you can detour through life, taking to different avenues, and what you thought was going to be not even the end goal, but the bus stop, right? So I remember like thinking, I'm going to be a youth worker. So when I was growing up, youth clubs, I know there's very little youth clubs in that kind of sense anymore. Like, but I remember growing up, and one of the reasons why this come back into my mind is because it's the birthday of someone who passed away, who was quite someone that I looked up to when I was growing up. So rest in peace, Wayne Lawrence. Never forgotten. But when I was growing up, that family there, in terms of like going to the youth club, Triangle Youth Club and stuff, I used to see those youth workers and stuff there as like, they were like gods to me. Like, so I used to love going there and, you know, interacting and doing the stuff. And you remember how I was telling you about like Power Rangers? Like, what was I telling you about Power Rangers that time when I went to Play Center?
You used to watch it?
I used to watch it, and I remember like going there and the Megazord died and whatever. Anyway, it was crazy, yeah? But like, I used to love going there and being with all my friends and stuff. And then, so I always wanted to be a youth worker. Always wanted to be a youth worker. What do you want to say?
Your life seemed pretty cool back at the time.
But you know what? When you get older, you will look back at your childhood and think, oh, I remember those times. That's all I do. So that's all I'm doing now. I'm just reminiscing about, because I remember the feeling of how it used to be to see my friends and to see those people who used to look after us at those Play Centers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I get that feeling sometimes. Like, for example, I remember the good times back at my old school, Hallam Fields.
Yeah.
And that's important. Sometimes it's nice. It
you
is
think
important.
about it forever.
Memories, you always have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to be a youth worker, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. Like, I want to be that. I've always felt like I'm good with people anyway, but I just thought maybe I could be the voice of reason, because sometimes some kids need to hear, you know, maybe someone they can relate to, someone who looks like them or whatever, to show them that it isn't just necessarily what they see out there now, the narrative that every youth kid is the same in that sense, right? So but then I got stabbed at JD Sports, and then I couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't do it. It's just that it changed the path in terms of what I was then going to do. And I'm probably my worst critic in sense of how many times I said to you, you say, oh, you've got a good job. Well, not really. I'm just a store manager. Like, I'm just working retail. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes I have to remember, like, well, there's people who haven't got a job, who want a job, or who are looking at me thinking, oh, he's got a good job. I might be looking at someone, the doctor, the lawyer, do you know what I mean? The guy with his own business, like thinking, oh, so yes, you could always aspire, and the path doesn't stop at where you are, but never be afraid to, not even to make do, but to work hard at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And don't be embarrassed of what you're doing. The 9 to 5 doesn't mean you're failing because you're doing a 9 to 5, but then your friend has got his own business, but then your friend's friend is a footballer, or do you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean you're failing because of that. But how many times have I said, oh, you're the one who tells me, oh, but you're doing well. Yeah, but am I?
Yeah.
No. But so this is why I'm almost telling. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's easy for someone to tell you something or going outside. Doesn't mean you won't have those feelings sometimes. Those feelings of, oh, I want to do better for myself. Doesn't mean that you're failing. Doesn't mean that you are a failure. Yes, it means you might want more for yourself, but there's always ways that you can try and change that as well.
Think so.
Like I said, this is always going to be like as transparent as we can in terms of letting people know what a real life or what real life thoughts look like, not what people are trying to make you think's going on. You know, that kind of, oh yeah, like we're the perfect family, like, whoo, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is like real stuff. So if it's something that's going to benefit people to understand and to know, so i.e. going back to like the autism journey and knowing how hard it is, and don't get upset when you're not getting to spend time with your partner because all your focus has to be on the child who needs it, or
fighting for an EHCP, or where they're going to go to school. I was scared about Dylan going to secondary school when Dylan was like 3.
Do you know what I mean?
But like, that was real. Oh my God.
Or another example, like, so I was thinking about this today. So we're getting ready to go out, right? So I'll put on a suit. Jodie's put on a dress. Dylan doesn't own a pair of jeans. Never's wore a pair of
Yeah, I
jeans.
know.
I remember he had a pair of jeans when he was
Young, got about 4 or 5.
about 4 or 5.
Then he just didn't want to wear
But
them.
doesn't want to wear jeans, and he doesn't want to wear jeans because the feeling of how that is, the restriction of that on his legs, the texture on his legs and stuff like that. So, like, and then let's say, for example, we went to an event or somewhere, and then you might get someone looking like thinking that he's not dressed for the occasion and not realizing those things, and then that then puts whether you realize it or not, a kind of something in your head because
Yeah.
you're getting ready to answer somebody's criticism of something which has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
I got something to say. But yeah, even if people do judge other people, just don't care. Like, if you want to do something, just do it. If you want to say something, just say it. Or unless it's a bad thing.
Yeah, but that's what I try to say to you sometimes.
Yeah. But like, what I'm trying to say is that I've heard of something before. Don't do it for them. Do it for you.
That's true, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
One, because I heard it in a Darman video, and one, because I heard you say it to me one time.
Yeah.
You love Darman, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, and second, because I heard you say it to me one time.
Yeah. But we're here as a family. If you ever want to say, oh, like obviously I just spoke about being a child with a parent that's an addict, and I came out the other end of that, and I'm a decent human, I'd like to think. You know, I think any topic that you might want to talk about, or even just inbox, whatever, you know, we're here at the end of the day, and we'll always be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are pretty selfless people. I think that's important. Like, we're just here to spread the love and just share our journey.
A little more. Yeah. But yeah, I'm planning on getting some fresh air a little more. It's been a pleasure being on this video. See you guys later. Peace out.
I mean, so polite.
I know, so polite. Better put a coat on, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Storm Amy's on one.
Storm Amy's happening, mate, so you need to put a jacket on.
Oh, we can be talking about menopause as well if you want, because it's been hard.
Have lots of names. One, that was Storm Dennis, and I can't remember who the other Storm was.
They just make up as they go along, mate.
Yeah.
Names on names.
But yeah, I think we're going to keep filming. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep sharing. It's not all doom and gloom. Like, we do what every shade to be like, oh God, yeah.
No, but this is what I mean.
Yeah, because we're happy.
It's sometimes I think people need to see or hear
from a real family,
just
real
some
things.
real stuff that's happening, or real thoughts. And like I said, it doesn't have to be these big, world breaking stuff. It's just little things like I just mentioned. Someone can say, "Oh, actually, I've always felt bad because I only give my kid pizza and blah blah." Do you know what I mean? Is your kid happy? Is your kid all right? Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just almost like someone. Oh, actually, no, I can relate to that. That's fine. Back to what you mentioned about your mum. Back to like me mentioning about someone might think they're a failure because they're at a certain job, or there is other things that we can talk about. Of course, there is happy and funny things that do happen, and then we'll get into that. And there's stuff that we'll go through, and there's structured conversations that we could have if that's what you want to have based on something, and we will do that because that's what we want to do. But yeah, in terms of just putting more things out, just to have a chat anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Because,
we're all here. Hashtag Wiley. That's Wiley that says that.
No, it's not. We said this before. I've heard that from different people all the place. I hear that. But the reason why I say it like that, because I say it and I think of someone called Loons.
Loons.
He's from Filthy Fellas. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard enough people say it.
Loons?
He's a Liverpool fan.
Are you a bit cheeky?
He's a madman.
Yeah, I know it's funny.
But anyway, and he's not the only people. That's a standard thing. You know what I'm saying?
It reminds me of Wiley.
Yeah, because you've had
it. But anyway, we digress again because that's what we do. But we are here for you.
So
share our little journey. I think it's important feel like we're put on this earth for something. Our thing is just to love everyone and share. Always.
Yeah, you always say that. There's something. He's been talking about the traitor's journey, for example, saying, "Oh yeah, he's not going on the traitor."
Leon was put on the TV show for a reason. The reason I believe is so that we can share our journey and make other people's journeys feel okay by sharing what we've been through, whether that's the autism fight or how we've felt in a situation, or we've left one job to go to another job, or the trial, you know, whatever in life, the happy thing, the marriage, the fact that we're still married, just a lot of things that we've been through. I think it's really important to talk about things. In fact, before we go, there was at this awards thing we were at, there was a group, the name is completely gone out of my head because I'm quite tired, but
The drugs.
Yeah, and it's gone out of my head.
I was going to say,
on the tip of my
felt like
tongue.
it was R.
No, it'll come to me. But anyway, I had to stop them before they left, and I said, because they're former addicts and they've turned their life around, and they're all there for each other, like their little community, and they do gardening and charity work and whatever they do to stay on the straight and narrow. I think it's not easy to be an addict, is it? I mean, I'm not an addict, so I don't know, but
It's easier to be an addict than it is to go
not be an addict, because there was plenty of opportunities for my mum to not be an addict. Now, there was, she'd fall off and the family would pick her up, and she just didn't care that she had 2 daughters. She didn't care about her family. She was just totally lost in this journey of addiction. And it didn't matter how much you helped her or what you said. She just did not. The only thing she cared about was her addiction. So to be in a room with people that have fought back against that is not an easy thing to get up and do every day. It would be so easy to, I can't even stop eating chocolate. Do you know what I mean? I think, I'm going to eat well today. And then at 3:00, I think, no, I'm going to have a biscuit. Okay, imagine that 10 times being an addict. And these men that I met today, they fought against that. And that is, every day will be a hard day for them, and they're doing it. So.
But not only that, this is what I mean, back to the selfless stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy to then do that to look after yourself, but then now you broaden it out to help
other people
and others. And
yeah,
that's now a community of people doing it's just
yeah. We all just
stuff,
have
man.
to help each other. We have to check in on a neighbour, text our friend, just make sure that we're all right.
And once again saying that I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but I think everyone is slightly guilty of that.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
But we do get caught up
I'm
in
guilty
stuff.
of that. I'm guilty of that. I'll hold my hands up and say that I probably don't reach out to people enough or check to make sure that people are. So I'm not trying to preach like, oh yeah, make sure you do it, because I don't do it enough. And this is just me being real. Like, I need to probably reach out to people a bit more and say, yo, how's everything? Everything all right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because one day, and this happens a lot, I think that I've been quite low over the years.
That goes back to social media. It makes it so easy to not do that.
Yeah, it does.
I've seen somebody and I assume they're all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you get lost. Yeah. But I feel like if somebody passes away, oh my God, they're such a good person, I'm really going to miss them. And oh my God, that's so sad, that's so sad. But then when was the last time do you know what I mean, interacted with that person? Or there's this big thing like, oh my God, if you're feeling on your own, reach out to me. And then everyone will show up for your funeral, but not show up for you through life. And I think it's really important to make the most out of the people that are in your life. Like, it's so important. And I do get tired. I'm the same as Leon. Sometimes I think, yeah, I will. And it's easier just to flick through social media. It's easier on your brain. You're not having to put a lot into it. But if you don't even want to ring someone, just to text someone and say, hey, like, you okay? How you doing? If you know someone's struggling, don't give up on them. there's more that I think we could all do to make sure that we are all okay. It does not take a lot to message somebody. It takes half a minute to say, hi, how are you? Send. That's it. We all need to do that a bit more. I do. We all do. Because one day we're just not going to be here. You know, we're just not. And we've got to make the most of this gift that we have been given of life and just love each other. That's it. All you need is love.
That's it. It's the,
Love is all you need.
Yes. If they do your dishes.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Appreciate that, babe.
It's all right, babe.
I was going to have to do the dishes and they're
Well,
done. Done. That's a
Come in, smashed up a chicken
That's a
biryani
good
and did the
time.
pots.
that's a good time. No dishes, you know. All right. So yeah. So
But we love you all.
we do love you all, man. Love to everyone, but yeah, just probably the thought of the day. I think we should leave on like a little thought.
Yeah.
Like a little something, a little. Yeah. So just always remember, it's okay to want more. It's okay to dream, and it's okay to strive to achieve more. But don't forget to
Look at what you've got.
look at what you've got and appreciate and realize that.
You might have a packet of crisps, but not a steak. Still got a packet of crisps. Put them in a sandwich. I'm saying.
Like you might want prawn cocktail crisp and it might be already sorted, but
Put the ready salt in your mouth, and you're like,
got-
actually, that's quite nice.
yeah, because I mean, how much times I open a cupboard and there's like salt and vinegar left, I'm like, oh, dead. But then once I start boxing them up, I'm like, yo, this is all right, you know, it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Love what you've got.
just appreciate what you've got. Just realize things could be worse, almost like as well. Do you know what I mean?
And if they are, message me.
Because
See what-
yeah, too many times that does happen. We just forget, we get lost. So yeah, that's the thought, man. Just strive, but don't forget.
Yeah.
So yeah, peace, love, unity. Until we meet again.